Okay, so for what's my spring 2017, what I'm going to do is mobile forensics is this week during week 12. Then week 13, which is next week, I'm going to move PRTK up to week 13. That way you have that full week and this other week, and then image analysis will go down one. That way, if you need more time on it, because I think that one took extra time. I think it actually took 2 days. So, all right, so we're close. So is that I won't change the lab numbers. I'll just swap them. So we'll do 10. We'll do 11 and then 10. Is that? Can y'all understand that? I know complex math.
I didn't. It's 11, so I have to take a whole lot.
Yeah, don't worry. Somebody say, but we didn't do 10 yet. I know it's gonna happen. That's why I'm recording this. We're gonna do 9 and 11. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do there. This current project, number 9, mobile. Okay. By the way, I'm gone those days. The 14th through 22nd of April. I will have internet access the whole time, but I am officially on leave, so I basically can ignore you the entire time. Which is what I normally do anyway. What? Yeah, just a couple. I wasn't going to do back-to-back cruises, but I didn't. See, the problem is Virginia doesn't have any more leave than we already have scheduled, and I'm losing, even with taking 2 cruises before July, I'm still losing 96 hours of leave. So it's like, what the heck? So
I
that's
pay
what,
sleep in one Monday. There you go.
I can't sleep. And next week, I normally hear 6:30 in the morning. My father-in-law has to go to Tennessee for, he had a car wreck up there, and he had to go back talk to the lawyers. But so I get to feed the chickens and the goats and the horses and the pig, and I got to milk the goats and everything next week. So yeah, he does have a farm. So I lived on a farm, and I vowed I would never have another farm. Cats and dogs, all I need. But so yeah, we got to go there. We have to milk the goats.
That's a very good point.
So I will. So next week, I don't know exactly which days, but there'll be a few days where I'll be late getting here. So I know most of you don't come first thing in the morning anyway, but okay. All right, now let's talk about the project. This next project, I put it up here.
That's a plug my phone. Am I gonna have to do that again?
No, you won't. Okay. All right. This is Lab 9 Mobile Forensics. So what's our next lab going to be?
Lab 9. That's the PT.
Mobile, the PR.
Which number would that be? Okay, just checking. All right. To gain an understanding of the method used mobile devices, I will tell you there's some tricky components to this one. There's always a tricky component to everything. Actually, the last project, it was nothing tricky. Y'all agree it was really nothing tricky?
Getting FTK6.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, that would work perfect for me. I remember 1.81.
Reinstalled it a few times.
I don't know. Oh, speaking of that, y'all killed my darn Dropbox account. I got an email, due to excessive public downloads, your download access has been denied. So what I did is I moved everything over to my Google Drive account. All the links in the class have been updated to the new location. So if you're using an old link somehow, it's not going to work. And I provided Jimmy Scruggs with the new link because I did not even know this, but our student accounts through Google Drive are unlimited in size for free. I'm like, seriously? That's pretty awesome. So I moved them all over there. So if you have an old link that points to Dropbox, go to the class page. If I forgot to update a link for something you need, some of them still go to Dropbox. But yeah, I moved the big ones over. So I think it was, FTK6, and some of you were downloading PRTK, and it just killed my limit. You're done.
I did put it on like 3 machines because I couldn't get it to work.
Keep downloading one time on your flash drive. Yeah, just so you know, y'all killed me. First time in history I've ever got denied access on Dropbox. All right. So I want you to use NCase 8 on this one. I think 8.3 is the version we have. To analyze this image that's up there, There's a couple of recordings. Yeah, a couple of recordings say get it out the file server. Don't do that. Do it on the links on this page. Okay. Retrieve enough information to answer the questions. You can download EnCase 8 from our software needed. It is up there and it is updated. It's on Google now. If you put your mouse over it, it should say Google Drive.google.com or something. So, all right, no form report, just answer the questions. Here's all the questions you need to know. You can look at those later.
Is 8.2 okay, or is
If it works, you're fine. The reason is William had to update the licensing server. And there was an issue. I thought he told me that it had to be 8.3 now. But if 8.2 works great. I mean, just actually even 7 will work for this project. But our safe, our licensing server will not work for 7 for sure. And I'm pretty sure you told me 8.02. Has anyone got 8.02 to try it? I don't know. But 8.03 works fine. Okay.
All right. Can I take this video and quote you on
Yeah.
if it works?
I have EnCase 8.03 right here. I installed it today. Okay. Again, it needs to say forensics training. If you can't get that to work, there's a video up there called How to Install EnCase. It's and I'm sure admin knows exactly where it is.
Yeah, it's a 3.
Did you find it finally?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Are
Okay.
the keys the same?
The keys are up here.
Are the keys the same as what we use for 8.2?
Yes, they should be the same. If not, just download these. But there's a video. Where's the video? Come on, where's the video? Helpful info. There's a link in here somewhere. How to install EnCase.
Probably the other lab, right?
It's in one of them. It was maybe lab 3. Installing EnCase right there. Done. Tells exactly how to do it. But pretty much what it is inside of EnCase, it's tools, options, license manager. Point to your keys and put in the address. And yes, I did mention that address on this last slide, which you needed. Okay.
It was on the midterm too.
Yeah, it was on the midterm as well. So, all right. But if it doesn't work, just download the keys again. And the bad thing is when I put it on Google Drive, I put the wrong version. Because setting it up in here, I actually tested it like you guys had downloaded, and it was the wrong one. So I think I fixed it. Make sure it says forensics training. So I'll tell you why. I was actually creating a project like a semester ago in forensics training, but the license server went offline during the middle of my use. Switched to acquisition, it didn't tell me. So all of a sudden, some of the stuff, I didn't realize it, but it was gone. And it's like, I spent hours, I know it's here. Then I realized, oh man, how did I get back to acquisition? So if you can't find something, make sure it says forensics training. Because you really will not be able to find all the answers if you're not in training. Okay? All right, we're gonna open a new case. What are we gonna call this one?
Android.
Bob.
9.
It's called Bob. It's gonna be Bob. We don't need to back it up. It's probably gonna warn you, hey, it's not a good idea to put your case files on the same drive with your backup files. We don't care. We're gonna do it anyway.
We'll reference, we don't care.
Do it anyway. Okay? In the real world, it'll be a bad idea to have your case and your backup on the same machine. Make sense? Okay, so we're gonna use it anyway. Yes. Okay. Now, this is pretty simple to do. If you take, now these are not the images you're working with. I just brought a couple of them here to do a demo for you. Okay. Your image is up right. Your image is right there. Right there. That's it. Literally right there. You just can't get to it because I just took it offline. Now I'll put it back on. That'll be nice. Okay. So that's your image. So what you do is you take your image, and these are different, and here's an Android phone. I'm just going to dump it in there. I mean, they're pretty tough. You all see what I did?
Drag and drop?
Yeah, let's try a second one.
No, it doesn't work for me.
We're going to try a second one. You ready? Drag it and drop it. Whoa.
Now you
I don't know about you guys.
Do that.
That's pretty tough.
That's all.
You could have done add evidence. See, it depends. If you're doing a 001 image file, you cannot just drag it because it's not the right type. Then you have to go add raw image. You would have to go to add evidence, then you would have to say raw image. So if you're using a 001 file, which is just an image, see, an LX01 file is a logical evidence file. Let me explain what that means. Okay, so if I take my phone, I connect it to iTunes, in case whatever, to make a backup of it. Do you think it backs up the whole phone?
No.
No, only what Apple tells me I could get. It does not get a physical backup of the device. Same way with Android. It's not just Apple. Now, we actually have been approved to buy a Celebrite. It costs $10,000. Problems I can't. All of a sudden, the company's not answering. So soon, hopefully, we get it. I was supposed to have it in January. Maybe next year. I don't know. But we got approval for it. It's already been paid for, but that will do a physical backup of it. But a logical evidence file is just the data. It's kind of like they come out with an iOS update 2 or 3 days ago. It didn't wipe out my phone because it really didn't touch my data at all. It just touched the operating system. So when you do a backup, it's just the data. So it's really, that's why it's a lot smaller, okay? So that's why raw image is different. Now, I go back to evidence. I got my 2 of them in here. I'm going to click on Android. Now, this is the tough part. If you don't do this right, you're not going to be able to get it to work. Click the name. Did you get that?
No, we can do it again.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
I click the primary tab.
Click. Whoa.
Step by step.
Y'all get that?
Super
Y'all
down.
get
Automatic.
I mean, I told you, this lab is a little
We'll
tough.
get emailed Sunday. Was that the tricky part?
That was the tricky part. Okay.
I'm gonna email you Monday.
Now, I could go over here to settings, and I can find, now, what you're going to want to do is drag this bottom section up, because a lot of your information is going to be down here in the bottom. Now, let me explain what this bottom is. Report format is the tool doing its best job to give you a format that you're going to want. Not always, but you're going to want. I can do text, which is straight text. I can do hex, which obviously we know what hex is, okay? I can decode it in whatever viewer I want to do. You probably won't play with that. Doc is not Word. That stands for document viewer, okay? If there was something to show here, it would probably show it to you.
Or text.
Yeah, normally if it's a document, it'll show something, but it doesn't stand for document as in Word doc, okay? Now, if I click on transcript, what it's going to do there is really show me the usable text. Imagine you have a web page with all that HTML in it. It would show me just the text. Well, this really doesn't have any text. It's just data, so it's not really anything there. Picture would show a picture if there was one there. So really, report, transcript, and picture are what you're going to use the most. You can use hex if you want to, but again, there's really nothing here. As you can tell, there's not much. You know how to read hex now. There's not much there. But if I go back to report view, you'll see it's showing me really nothing. It's really nothing.
I hear your volume settings.
Now, if I click on phone information, though, now I can get my IME number. I could get my actual phone number. I could get everything. So it really depends on what you click on. Okay. Now, you can also click here. Guess what? So there you go. I'm in Central Standard Time in America, Chicago. I can go in settings. So you really need to watch both areas. Okay. Then if there is something to scroll down, you can scroll if need be, but this one really doesn't have much to scroll. Okay. So it's pretty easy to get around. Now, SMS, I could click here, and I can also click it, and I can expand this out, go to my inbox, and oh, free message received, unable to re-verify your message, blah, blah, blah. SMS 4, I've already planned and scheduled. We are not backing out because of cold feet. So, you can actually read
Is this
stuff.
the one that you spent the whole time driving down to Texas or wherever, fixing on your daughter's phone to make this assignment?
No. Maybe.
Depends, is it the Android or the iPhone?
Maybe. We'll have to
Android or
see.
the iPhone image?
I will tell you, the stuff I'm showing you tonight is not the assignment. It's not the assignment.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just showing you where you can see some stuff in here. I just picked a couple random ones. Outbox, you can see sent messages, stuff like that. Oh, what was that? We're done.
So is there one with an image in here?
I don't want to get caught before we succeed.
What can I cry when I live in here?
We don't contact. Whatever. I think maybe the law is onto us. Uh-oh.
Johnny, the law's coming.
Walmart. It's in Walmart. Someone's following me today. Okay. So you can also see data that's stored on the SIM card. So far, y'all kind of understanding how to use this tool? Open up every arrow and look for stuff.
Yes.
Because if this is compressed like that, open them up and go in there and see what's in there. Oh, look, there's an email from Dre Williams at cyber.rosa.edu. We have another one, and so on and so forth. Okay? So open up every arrow and look for stuff. Oh, internet. We got some bookmarks. We got a bookmark for Google, one for Picasa, one for T-Mobile downloads, my account, and Yahoo. Yahoo. Okay. This is different. NCase 8 change how you get data. I'll show you in a minute how to do that. No, I'll show you in a minute how to get there. It's changed. I actually took me a while to find it. So now, but this is how you see it. Buy plane tickets online. So I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to bring in the other one. Okay. This is an iPhone. Obviously a much better device. So, oh, look. Wow. Lots of contacts in here. This is Bob's. Lots of information. But you walk through it the same exact way. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you, whenever they upgrade iOS, they totally change this format. So it is. It is like night and day what they do, because Apple could do whatever they feel like. It's their system. So yeah, it does change all the time. So now under raw data, I can like go in here to camera roll. What do you think might be in camera roll?
All the pictures.
Pictures. Wow. How did you guys figure that one out? That's pretty good. Media, photo data. No, maybe I want to go miscellaneous. Okay. P-lists are kind of like INI files in Windows, if you know what a P-list is. So if I go to DCIM, I can see Apple. Oh, look, I got pictures. I can't view them. Why can't I view them?
You got to pick a picture.
No, I'm going to go to text.
You like that, I guess.
Text. See, now you can see FFT8, FFE1. So what is a GIF? Wow, you guys actually learned something. Amazing. So I could go to Doc Viewer.
Oh.
It shows whatever it is. It's not just a document. And picture obviously would have a picture in it.
Oh, it's
That's Mindy. That's Mindy hiding behind that bench. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't show you, let's see if it's on the Android. Let's go to Android. Now, this selects all items, but so does this one. I forget the exact difference between the two different buttons. But like over here, I could click on Gallery and show all the pictures. There's lots. It's snowing.
It's a blizzard.
This is a blizzard. So let's go back to the device. Let's go to the other device, up to the very top, click this. Other. But you click this little guy. Oh, I got pictures now. Park benches. Mindy. Okay. So you can see these are old labs from a few semesters ago. That's why I just grabbed a couple to show you. There was stuff on all these. Okay. So now let me show you something's changed. Where'd it go? Camera roll. Oh, we need camera roll. We need media. We need DCIM. We need Apple. Let's pick this guy right here. You used to be able to export this. I can do copy. Over here. And I have no paste option. Copy and paste is not going to work. Okay. So how else do you think we should get it? Actually, I didn't try drag and drop. Let's try that. I can take pictures now. Okay. What you do, it's changed. If you go to Artifact, copy files, and I'm going to select just that one. Artifact, copy files. I want to get the selected file. I could say all of them. I could say merge them or whatever. Then I'll go over here and I want the logical file only. I could get the entire physical space, RAM select, but again, that's in a different class. We talk about that. Or I could, just get whatever. So I'm going to put it on my desktop. in this folder, Lab 9, and I can tell the compress it. See, it doesn't at this point know even what it is. That's why it's, how big is it? What's the picture? It's not going to be 640 megs. Okay. Then I can say finish. Now if I go here, I now have the picture.
That's lovely.
Isn't that a beautiful binge? Now, also in here, if I go back to this view, I can actually see information about the images. I can see what type it is, the size of it. I can, if I did process the, okay, this one's already been processed. You can see the MD5 hash. You can see the date. You can see everything about this, okay? So kind of a cool, but one thing which is kind of cool as well, which you really need for a lab 11, but I just figured I'd show it to you now since we've got some pictures in here. There's something called EXIF. Now take this picture, go to properties of it. If I go to details, I can see information about it down here. I can see it was actually taken with an iPhone 4. The f-stop was at that. There was the speed, the focal length of 4 millimeters. The flash was turned off, but it was on auto. I can see the brightness. I can see everything, the latitude, longitude, the picture was taken. So I can see a lot of information about the picture. Okay. You can also take it and drop it right on EXIF tool. An EXIF tool is available under software needed, and it will do the same thing for you. Come on, you can do it. Yes, it will. There it is. There it goes. It takes a minute. And it will show you the same data as well. It's just amazing how much data comes with it. This is what you get just by taking a picture with your phone.
So, any picture sent to you that way? Like you can do that?
Okay, it depends. Facebook strips out the GPS data.
Okay.
Imager does not. Neither does, begins with F. It's another file sharing. Another Flickr. Flickr does not as well. It really depends what they go back and forth sometimes. But for a lot of my projects, I'll just message some old students, say, hey, someone send me some pictures with GPS or not. And that's how I get them. Okay. But yeah, if you take a picture with your phone, unless you disable GPS, it's going to be turned on. And there's the GPS stuff right there.
Did you make us do that when we had?
Yes, I did. I made you include that because that way I could prove that you're actually voting and not just send me a picture that you voted.
And the car accident thing I just said.
Yeah, you can very easily do
Oh,
that.
I was in a car accident. See, here's the picture of it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, send that to me.
It's just funny. Sometimes I do that shopping thing, and sometimes there's a Valero i240 and Sooner right there. You know what that one is? From McDonald's. They get a new cash register. They got it from the store North Hills Expressway. So when I did the shop there, what did it say for the address? North Hills Expressway. So they're like, we can pay for the shop. You went to the wrong location. I'm like, actually, if you look at the GPS data embedded in the EXIF data, you will see that I was actually at the right location. After I said all that, I'm like, probably not going to have a clue what I just said. But I took a little snapshot of the GPS location data and said, here, look from this picture. You see, I took it at the right location. They just got in the cash register. They didn't have to do. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with GPS and with data embedded in images. So, it's kind of cool. You can see the data was taken. You can see, whether the flash was on. You can even see whether it was horizontal or vertical. Yeah. So it tells you all that in here. See, there's the flash. Where's it'll say horizontal or vertical somewhere in here. Find it.
The meters above sea level.
I can see above sea level. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, where's rotate?
At the top fourth line, I never sent it out.
Orientation, 90 degrees clockwise. So it was basically sideways.
So how can you, when you see the picture, how can you scrub that information that way it's not like?
Actually, there's this is called EXIF tool. There's EXIF Pilot, which you can go in and just delete it. Or upload it to your Facebook and automatically deletes it, then download it again. Go on. So,
Well, this is kind of weird though. Are there websites that scrub it, but then what do they do with the information? Or do they just...
well, it's I really kind of off top, but not really. Y'all, what happened? The new House bill about ISPs?
Yes.
How they can start selling your data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a VPN service called the VPN Secure. I paid like $34 for a lifetime. It's funny because I teach for OSU as well, and I was reading a discussion question where he talked about the VPN. He's like, this sounds like a great idea to hide what you're doing. I says, oh yeah, and I'm currently sitting in Italy grading this. Because currently my VPN, it randomly picks different countries, and I was connected to Italy. So if you were to look at my data, you would see I'm in it. Easy way to tell if it works, you just go to Google. It's a Google Italia, which kind of sucks sometimes. I was in Mexico. I'm like, I can't read this because Google's auto-translated to Spanish. I'm like, how do I get this back to English? But yeah, screw VPN very cheap. Yeah, it's you can hide stuff all kinds of. So I will tell you that the location of items, hey, shut it back there. The location of stuff in here changes with every version. So just because it's here now, it might be in a totally different place next time. So open up all these stupid thingies here, you know, and go through every one of them. See what's in every single thing. You can see the wireless information. There's just all kinds of information you can find. And there is, let's see, application data in our system, but you can even see the keyboards that are installed. And there's actually, you can see the dictionary words. You ever go in and say, no, I want to say truck instead of bus. You very easily can, oh, we need to go back to report view. See, there's Groupon, and there's Strawberry, okay, and Pandora, and Rhodes, and Have, and Enough, and Ramen, and Eggs, and Should. And okay, so all that stuff in your phone is stored in here. So it's kind of cool. Okay. If you wanted to do your phone, which I'm not requiring you to do because it's really a pain in the butt.
It's actually really simple. It
Well,
just takes
if
a
it
while.
works. The connector between Encase and Apple sucks. The reason is Apple keeps changing their stuff. Literally, it was this week they changed it again. So this software is looking for something specific, then all of a sudden Apple changes it, now it doesn't work again. So what you do is you back this up with iTunes. Then you go in here and you go
Oh, I
to,
thought you meant you buy a better phone.
no, you can't, because the eight's not out. But you can do add evidence, acquire smartphone. Now, and when you do like Apple, well, mine is not, well, they changed a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, there's nothing on here. But what it'll do is it'll show down here in the bottom, it will show iTunes backup location. So if you wanted to play with this with your phone, back it up with iTunes, then go, it'll probably then go in here and then select down here the whole iTunes location. Yeah, I can't. Oh, here, okay, here, they moved this here now. There it is. Apple iTunes. Every time you play this, it's in a different place. So there's how you would point to the iTunes backup and see what's on your phone. Now, I would, okay, y'all know how the passwords work on your back of your iTunes backup? Okay, so if I was to take my phone and back it up, or back up my watch or something, without a password, does it back up everything? No, it does not. It does not back up any personal, like health data or stuff like that. Like my watch, all its statistical data, that's not backed up. And it's still encrypted with a password. What it does is if you don't supply a password, it actually encrypts it with the hardware key built into the device. So when someone else gets it, they still can't do nothing with it. Because Apple's basically saying that you're an idiot, or we're going to put a hardware password on it instead. You can still restore the problem, but other people can't. Now, if you would back up with a password specified, then it will get all the health data, and it actually does the password that you specified. So which one thinks more secure? Probably theirs.
Yeah.
Because if you would do without a password, it's actually backing it up with the hardware key built into my phone, which is a lot better than some of your passwords, probably, you know, fuzzy puppy or something.
Dog 10.
Yeah, but-
So,
So,
I gotta go
but-
check my password now.
yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
But remember, if you do not supply a password, even though they put one on there, it does not back up the personal data, which sucks. So if you were to do it with your phone, and you're wondering, why did it get my whatever? It's good because you did it without a password. So put a password on it, then this would pop up and say, what's the password? So it's kind of weird the way that works. But these tools, literally every single version they change. Because what this backup part used to be down here. It's changed. So, but no, I don't know why I got BlackBerry on there still. That's weird. But, okay. Normally though, you plug in your device and they'll do it. It will tell you up here at the top if you need to do anything special. Like with Android, you have to do, I think there's 3 different changes. There's 3 settings you need to make on your device. With iTunes, with Apple, it's going to say, do you trust this device? But with Android, you have to go into 3 different areas and tell it, yes, allow something.
You gotta disable something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Developer mode.
Yeah.
But it does tell you at the top. So you got to read this screen. It tells you right up here. It says, go into settings and do this.
You gotta push something for like 10 seconds and double click it.
So it's pretty easy to do. But there's a lot of issues. See, the problem is, like, my phone pops up and tells me there's an update. Obviously, I do the update. Okay? Most people do. Well, the software is always behind the curve. So getting you guys to acquire your own phones, like right now, the latest update probably would not work. It would probably be like, nope, they do nothing. So that's why I'm not having you do your own device. Plus, look at the one I put up there. So, all right. Any questions on how to use the tool? I mean, the getting the evidence in was kind of tricky.
So if we don't want to use our own phone.
Don't use your own phone. You can't. You can't use your own
To
phone.
play around.
Oh, to play around? I mean, if you want, I can give you these images. You want to play with them. That's fine. I can do that. Just send me an email and I'll add them up there for you. And I'll put them up there. That way you can see them. Yeah, I have like a couple different iPads and iPhones and all kinds of stuff. So,
But you'll find some neat stuff if you do your own.
yeah, and I'm already this project alone. You're already getting an image. I provide you with one. So play with that one too.
Can we use other
You can do whatever you want. But for the project, you need the image I gave you.
You gotta
If
emphasize
you're
that
using
with
somebody
on
else's
campus.
phone, you're not going to have the right answers. Okay. And I think there was a question about an exit. I'll have to take a look. I might have to give you.
Is this the one everybody got wrong?
No, I'm not going to tell you which one that one is.
Please.
Because I want y'all to get wrong.
Do you want us to get it
Because I want to be 100% here. I don't want one of you to get it right, then that would suck.
Yeah, that would be bad for us. Then we can just prove it was.
I will tell you, I specifically showed you exactly what you need to do to get the right answer. I positively walked through it on purpose, so you can not say I didn't show you. Because once I tell you, you're like, damn it, you did show me that. So it is there.
Well, now that you give me a hint, so.
I gave you a good hint.
We're not. Juan's gonna get it right, you know that, so.
No, he ain't. No, he's going to cry to me. But here's what's going to happen. Yeah, Jeremy and Juan, they're going to start like in 35 seconds.
That's, I'm going to do.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. So and he's probably already going to download it too. So that's the problem. They start, and a lot of times they help work out the bugs.
Right. That's why it's our last meeting.
No, but there's no bugs in this one. It's perfect. All right.
Is that a 10% extra credit?
So, so any questions on the tool? The tool, I will tell you, if you play with 6 or 7, this is night and day difference in the ease of use. Danielle must admit, putting that evidence there is pretty darn easy. Right done. It's like, whoa, that's pretty. Now you could have gone add evidence, and you could have said add a. Actually, let's go back to here. You could have done add evidence here. Oh, there's a way to add. But you could have done it through some menu option. Add evidence. It would have been an evidence file right there. Duh. Then I could have pointed to. I could have gone to my desktop. I could have gone to this folder. Could have gone here and would have showed it.
Drag and drop that.
You know, I could have clicked this and said, okay, but you must as well just drag and drop it. So, and here's where you can tell what type of image it is. There's a safe back, but again, that's not the same kind, but yeah, pretty easy to do. All right. No questions. Everybody happy? All right. You have 1 week on this one. Next week, we're going to do PRTK, which I need to verify how long that one takes, but that's another. Takes forever. And I'm gonna tell you, the files that I use, most of the documents are old versions of Word, because old versions of Word are easier to break. I give you, what's the program I give you? OneNote. All I have is one that's encrypted with AES. So you're gonna go from 600,000 passwords per second to 4.
Password per second?
Like 4 per second. I'm just telling you. There's like 2 different types of files I'm going to give you that I can't do anything. It's encrypted with AES. I mean,
So is that gonna be, is that already open? So
no. Well, I need to look at it again, see if there was an issue. Because I seem to remember there was something I had to fix. I might have already done it. I don't know. I try to fix them right away, but not always.
some of them are less than
All right. That's it. So I'm going to stop sharing and stop the video. And we're not going to save that. And you don't need to save your case if you don't want. It's up to you. But you know, you will positively have to use MCASE on the final exam. You will.
So say,
I'm not saying save. It's not. Well, it could be this. Actually, I don't know. Is it save case or not? Save it anyway. It might help. But make sure it works.
I can redo Stigo yet.
Yes. Yes. All right. So let me stop the recording.